Hello everybody and welcome back to Marwell Manor Farm. So looking at the house this way it looks nice and dry, but actually it's a very wet, miserable day. So this means that I have to do something which doesn't really involve field work as such. Obviously I'm going to be in the field, but I'm not going to be cultivating or drilling or anything like that. I'm just going to be basically picking up these bales. Now I do have something to say. I have actually had to buy the BGA. The main reason for this is because the price of these bales decreased again over at the bale sale point. They were 364, I think, £364 per bale, or per 1,000 litres, but it decreased to 200 and something pounds per 1,000 litres, and I was looking for a price of at least 500. So what I did is I actually read the comments from yesterday's video. I do read every comment from every video, but I don't reply to many because I can't. It's just going to take me forever to do that. But thank you to everybody who has ever left a comment on any of my videos. I do see the majority of them, unless for whatever reason I do miss the odd one, which is kind of understandable really because I have so many to read. Anyway, yes, what I did is I bought the BGA, which was recommended to me by some of my viewers. It cost me £11,700, but it has turned out to be a very, very good thing to do. As you can see, the price at the biogas plant, the BGA, is £900 per 1,000 litres. Now every bale has 4,000 litres in it, so 900 times 4, 3,600, and then you times 3,600 by 126, which is the amount of bales we have. And I think if my maths is good, I would say that is £453,600. That's quite impressive. So yeah, basically, a lot of money is going to be coming in very soon. But it sounds like it's a lot, but really I'm going to be using that money very fast. It is a lot of money, obviously, but when you compare it to the price of a new combine harvester, which is going to be very similar to that, and also the cows, which I do want to buy very soon, we're not going to have much money left again. So yeah, oh look, it's ready. The gate is open, ready for me to deliver some cows, which I'm going to be doing in the next episode. But first, yes, I do have to... maybe it'll be today actually, it might be today, but yeah, first what I need to do is obviously sell the bales. They're not just going to move themselves. If only every bale could grow a leg, or 2 legs, or 4 legs, they'd move quite well and take themselves to the BGA, but yes, that is not going to happen. So obviously I am now in the John Deere tractor. We're off to the store to lease the auto stacker, which is another expense, but it's going to be worth leasing it over buying it. And yeah, it will be time to take them all, 16 bales at a time, over to the BGA, which is where you have to go down here, through the store, turn left, and keep going to the end of the road. That's not a gateway. Why did I turn? That was just me trying to predict where the track is. Right, okay, so yeah, let's just get this done first of all. Mostly, it'll be time-lapse, but some of it I'll be doing in real time to begin with. It really is a grim day. Really grim. Okay, so yeah, we need to go into the baling technology. RQC auto stacker, £70,000, 3,570 for me though. I don't think it would take more than 1 hour, so it shouldn't cost me any more than that. So that's a pretty good deal. Essentially the price of 1 bale, just over 1 bale. So off we go to the field. Only 126 bales to sell. I also don't know how you sell them at this stage. I don't know if you just tip them into a pit or if you have to use a telehandler to put them into a processor. I haven't really studied the BGA, but we'll take a look. In case you're wondering, the crop growth is currently on slow, so this field should be ready fairly soon. That one just over there. The other one is quite a bit further behind, which is actually quite annoying because I wanted to harvest that one first, which I probably will do anyway. I'll just have to wait for both to be ready. Because the other one, the really big field, which is going to be ready first, is much better for streaming because it is such a big field. So I don't really want to do that in a video. So here we go. It begins, and I know that other viewers have said you shouldn't be picking up these bales with an auto stacker, but really it would take me forever otherwise, and yes, I have to use the auto stacker to do it this way. The only other way I'd do it is to put a spike into them, which then I would get more complaints for obviously spiking a wrapped bale. I'll take the straw bale too, but actually no, I won't take the straw bale. That could be useful over at the cows, and also it probably won't be accepted at the BGA. Right, this is grim, lovely weather. I'm going to continue and get the first few loads done, and then I'll keep you up to date in a couple of minutes' time. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, you do actually have to put the bales into the processor just here. I've got plenty which are just sat on the surface, but you can see it is actually going in. And of course they've changed the way that these things work in 19. I think you get paid at midnight. But yeah, I've got loads sat on there, so I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to be putting them. But I'm sure I'll figure it out, because you know what I'm like, I just keep trying stuff until it works. But it definitely is working, because it is it's registering on here. So I suppose just a case of getting it in the right spot. What I could do with is the Mani 2, so I'm going to go and get the Mani 2, and I'll get some pallet forks as well. And then I'm going to just play around here and see exactly where the trigger is. I'm assuming it is just here. And yeah, get things sorted out. So here is the beast. I think I'll leave the bag attachment just there. And we'll pick up the new attachment from the store, which is en route. Oh, look at those lights. LED, I think. Pretty sure they are. By the way, I have updated the map. This is version 1.1, so various triggers have been fixed. This includes the milk sell point, so I had to do that anyway before I bought the cows, because otherwise when I sold the milk I would have had issues. So thank you to everybody, and of course Oxygen David, Witchy from Discord, and Michael as well, I think Michael, yeah, who assisted me in knowing that it needed to be updated, although I did already know, but thank you anyway, I do appreciate it. Looks like the rain's stopping. It is cheering up a bit, so that is going to make my job much easier. There also might be a daily allowance for the BGA, I'm not too sure. Honestly, I haven't worked with the BGAs in 17 much at all. Barely done any silage. That's the right thing, is it? Telehandlers, bale fork, yep, pallet fork, bale fork, whatever. I think we'll go for the bale fork. I was going to go for the tine, pallet tine, just because it's more multi-purpose and I'm not really picking them up with it, just pushing them around. But yeah, I think it would be a wise idea to get the correct attachment. So, there it is. Let's go. Oh no, I have no beacon. That's a shame. This machine needs re-releasing with a beacon. It really does. It detracts from its looks. Doesn't look like it's partying. Right, so yeah, just me messing around here, mostly off screen. But first, let me just give this thing a push. See what happens. It probably doesn't have the power, because there's quite a bit of weight here. Oh no, actually, it's very powerful. It did accept that, so yeah, it's working. It's just, yeah, I've overloaded it, completely overloaded it. So we'll give it some time. Well, I've definitely found the trigger. It is right at the front. You'll see if I put these bells just down here. There you go, disappearing. So really I just put the bells a bit too far in. That was the mistake I made. Annoyingly, one of my bells has actually gone right down the back as well. That makes it very difficult to get to. So there we go. That is pretty much everything done. Just accepting the final few. I have actually put a bale over the back, which is quite annoying. And I don't think there is actually a particular area where this thing works better. I think the trigger is just the piece you can see here. The piece. It's just, yeah, it was full. It was full, so it wasn't taking it. So next time when I do silage, I'm going to be doing pit silage, if that is the way you call it, clamp silage, instead of bales. So yeah, we'll be selling it from a bucket or a conveyor belt. So there we go, that is that done. So if I go back to the field for the next load, I'll come back and try and put them into there in a better way. Although I don't think there's many different ways I can do it. I might actually just park it up here, unload, and then load them into the BGA processor 2 at a time. Or 3 at a time. That rain should have done the fields a lot of good. The crop is coming along nicely. Nice and yellow. So the next stream will definitely be harvesting one of those 2 fields, but I do need to start harvesting one of them in a video, in an episode. Right, so here we go. So next load, this is going to be the... We're about 40 in, I think, actually. How many have we done? We've done 32. So, yeah. Quite a few more to go for. 126 in total. Yep, quite a big job. But even so, I've probably already made... Well, I have already made tens of thousands of pounds just from those first 2. It's impressive stuff. Okay, so it's now 6:15 already. I've had to keep the time at ×15 to keep the BGA processor processing. Well, I suppose I didn't have to, but I wanted to, since I want to see how much money we can make by midnight. So yeah, obviously there might be a much more skilled way of selling this. It's just, as I said, I'm very inexperienced when it comes to using the BGA. So yeah, I'm just going to put them here again and then use the Manitou to position them in a better position. I think I'll put them at the front again to begin with, just to make sure. Yeah, so as you can see, nothing has been accepted there. So if I just use the Manitou now, get the engine turned off, and yeah, I'll just push them into where I think the most appropriate places, which you would think is going to be actually in the hopper. And I think it actually is in the hopper. Do you think you could push the whole load? That'd be a challenge. Just about. Yep. So it is, it really is. The trigger for these bows is right on the edge. Well, that is working well. Now annoyingly, I did actually lose another one over the back, but I'm going to get that sorted. I'm going to get them all pulled out of there. Somehow, I'm not too sure how I'm going to do it, but I will do. So here is the final one which I can actually get. Next time, I'm going to try another approach, and that is just to push the whole pile to the back and then just sort of nudge them into the edge of here. So it is now time to go back over to the field, and yeah, we're going to get one more load today, or tonight. Hot air balloon, the hot air ballooning when it is going dark and it has no lights. I suppose they do have fire. Fire is good. Now I have to battle with the traffic. Now as it's dark and there's not really much to see, I'm now going to use this time to basically explain why I haven't done a review of Farming Simulator 19. I did say back in November that I was going to do one, and this is my very simple answer. I was waiting for a top modder such as Oxygen David to produce a map and basically use the game to its potential, show the game off at its full potential, to see what the game actually can look like when it is done by a modder, because as we all know, the game is totally transformed by mappers and modders. I have also lost the entrance. Yeah, 17 was totally transformed, totally. Like the base game, the base maps of 17 were nothing compared to what top modders like Oxygen David, Bullet Bill and the likes of those could actually turn it into. Now, obviously we now have a top modder who has put out a map, this map, which is absolutely beautiful in every possible way. It's just absolutely lovely, and it's like real life. It's so close to reality. It's almost scary. So now I can say what I actually think of the base game of 19. And here we go. I think the base game of 19 is like an expansion to 17. I genuinely believe that this is the real 19. What Oxygen David has done has made the game. This is what it should look like from the start. It is a piece of artwork, this map, and I know that the base maps are supposed to be fairly plain to run on any PC, pretty much. But it doesn't show the game off in a very good light. It's good, it is good, but it doesn't show it off in the best light possible. So like your first reaction, your first response to the game when it's first released isn't really what you're going to think further down the line. So this leaves the question of, if the mappers go, or the modders go, does the game die? And I don't know, but I would say its popularity would decrease quite a bit. So there you go. I think this is the real 19. Farming Simulator 19 with modders, with mappers, is an absolutely incredible game. Absolutely amazing. I would definitely recommend it to anybody with even the vaguest interest, even just a vague interest in farming or tractor driving or whatever mechanics. Would I recommend the game if mappers like Oxygen David didn't exist? Yes, I would. But would I say as positive things about it? No. The game is absolutely outstanding. Thank you, Oxygen David. Thank you, other modders and mappers. But I have to leave it with this, and that is, I think Giants need to put a bit more effort in. I genuinely do. I support everything they do. I think Farming Simulator, the series, is absolutely outstanding, and it really has brought a community together. Absolutely amazing. But, although a lot of work has clearly gone into 19 over 17, there could have been more. There really could. So I just want to finish this by saying thank you so much, mappers and modders, who make the game what it is today. And this is me basically just showing my support towards you. It's also me showing my support towards Giants, because I do appreciate the game, and it is just the most, it is one of the most addictive games out there. I can't stop playing it. That's why I do a video every day. So, yeah, let's just go and unload this over at the BGA, and then it'll be time to go to bed. And then in the night, we're obviously going to get paid. Must be so nice to be able to go to bed and then wake up with probably over £100,000 more than what you had the day before. Just for some bales. They're very expensive bales. Yeah, you can't really see a great deal. I can put some more lights on now, I think. Oh, was that full? Yeah, that was full beam. Right, it's like a Christmas tree flashing away. Yes, this time, like I say, I'm going to put it a little bit further back. And I'm going to just attempt to keep it here, and hopefully they will disappear on their own. There might be something which I'm doing obviously wrong here, like keeping a tractor too nearby or something. Not sure, because I know that if a bale is still on your pallet tines or pallet fork or whatever, bale spike, it doesn't always disappear. So I'm probably just doing something very frustratingly wrong, but that's just me. I've always been like that. Anyway, yeah, I'll get these processed, and then we'll move on to the farmhouse. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's very good. Okay then, so that is everything done. There we go. Except for the two which are still behind there. So this can stay here for today, or for tonight. Turn the engine off. And we're going to head back over to the farm with this tractor. We'll park up for tonight. I can't believe that I haven't been able to sell everything today. But it is quite slow dealing with the bales. As for the other bales, I might not be selling them straight away. It depends if the price changes. I think it might stay the same. I'm fairly sure that the price is fixed over at the BGA. But we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens when some sell. Obviously, supply and demand. So yeah, we'll just take a look and go from there, really. But I might just sell them in a stream, as we've already done a video on it now. I'm going to go this way, straight on to the field. In fact, it might be faster anyway, going straight on. Just as long as I don't miss the turning. I know it's somewhere here, but where? Is it here? There it is. Yeah, very disorientating in the dark. So I'll put this in front of the farmhouse, and then we can have a good sleep. In fact, it's about to update in about a second from now, telling us how much money we've made from those bales which we've already sold. So that's not even all of them. Ready? £126,000. Nice. And of course some vehicle leasing costs. That'll be from the Manny 2, the voucher, potentially from the auto stacker too. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the cows. That's plenty of money for the cows, that's all good. And then the rest of them can be sold later. See you again soon. The price is the same. Bye for now.